It was a little colorful dot in the sky between 2007 and 2008 when it was flying around like this, after which it moved on to the Lufthansa Italia fleet. But since we have the model right in front of us, let's take a closer look at it. With that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A319-100 of Germanwings. At the front of the box we have a lovely image of the aircraft in real life, and we have the former Germanwings branding as well. Then on the back side of the box we have another image of the aircraft in real life. We're provided with the original dimensions of the aircraft and some additional details. Now that's it for the box. Let's take a closer look inside and at the aircraft model itself. And here she is, the Airbus A319-100 of Germanwings in the special Park Inn livery. And for those who don't know what Park Inn is, well, it's a hotel chain, and they advertised on the aircraft between 2007 and 2008, creating this really lovely, colorful livery. The model itself was released from Herpa Wings in 2008, so now with no further ado, let us take a closer look at it to see what it has to offer. And we start off with the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer have the Park Inn branding. On the fuselage we then find the German flag and the full registration code of the aircraft, as well as at the very tail of the aircraft we find a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. Then across the fuselage we have the writing of "Sleep Well, Live Well," the company slogan for Park Inn at the time. And at the very front of the aircraft we then also have the web address of the hotel chain. We don't have many details around the cockpit section itself. I mean, we have the cockpit windows and that's it. But it's not as noticeable when the aircraft is as colorful as this is. However, it would still have been lovely to have just a few more printed details. The engine nacelles have been kept in the grey metallic tone that the livery, the standard livery of Germanwings at the time mostly consisted of, and it does also carry the Germanwings branding as it was in use at the time. While the detailing, and especially the physical detailing overall, is quite okay on the model, it does fall a little bit short when we look into the engines from the front, where we can see the engine fan blades. That's however not nearly as nice as with more current releases from Herpa Wings. Then on the fuselage, just above the wings, we have the emergency exit printed on, and that leads us straight to the wings, which we should also take a closer look at. And if you start off with the top side, we can see the different flap slats. The spoilers have been carved out very nicely. We do also have some different shades of grey for additional detailing, but no markings other than that printed on the wings. That also is a little bit disappointing. The underside of the wings, yeah, looks okay. And also the wingtip fences look fine. However, also here just not as refined as with more recent releases. Where the model is definitely doing better than any current releases is actually with the landing gear. That is the standard landing gear that Herpa used around 2008 on all the A320 family aircraft models, and I think it looks much nicer, much more realistic. Especially the front landing gear is much more nimble, although that of course does come at a cost, because the front landing gear especially is rather fragile. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here on the back side of the aircraft, and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A319-100 in the special Park Inn livery of Germanwings from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, for a model from 2008, I would say it's definitely not bad, but of course it's also not the best. The model itself profits a whole lot from a very colorful livery, which makes it less noticeable how many details are actually missing in the print. Nonetheless, I think the reason to get this model today, because the livery was very short-lived, is indeed the livery itself. These days it is becoming rather rare to get an aircraft that is that colorful. However, if you are not celebrating the livery as much as I am, there are actually quite a few other options out there, especially from Germanwings, that had quite a few, well, advertising liveries at the time, and Herpa has made most if not all of them. But getting back to this aircraft, I would say it is a decent model in a great livery, and therefore absolutely worth having in one's collection. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed the video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.